Sunday
drive.
So we are in Summerfeld and we're busy driving this one beautiful road that's just got all these oak trees, really, really stunning. And so yeah, Mike and I are doing the carpool. And what was the thought for today's discussion?
Well, I think sorry, a bit of a bumpy road here, but the other day Mandy and I were in the car and we were actually just talking about giving. And as we're going into 24, it's a good question to ask yourself, where and how are you going to invest in giving? And giving is just so important, I think, for our well-being and just wholeheartedness. But sometimes in the business of life, we might be giving, but we might not be giving in our places of preferred, almost healing for ourselves. So yeah, that's what we were sort of talking about.
Also, what I found so fascinating is they do research on, it's almost the natural laws of, what would you say? It's like if an apple falls to the ground, or if I don't know how, but what I'm trying to say is, in giving, one receives, like Michael said, for one's well-being. It's a natural law of nature.
Nature, yeah, given you will receive.
Yeah. So it's not like we're going out intentionally giving or helping out in community or places of need because we want to get. It's just a natural thing that happens. And so yeah, we're thinking about, well, that was that question, like I said to Mike. So what area do you think you would like to contribute and give of your time?
And I found it quite a difficult question, and it's one that I'm still pondering. So I know that I do give a lot, but what I find is that my giving tends to be in the place of my work. So it would be pro bono work, or really discounting at a huge amount to make things affordable for people. Now that's good. I think we do want to give where we've got strengths, and it's a natural place to start. Start where you've got something to offer the world. But for myself personally, I think as I'm going into 24, I do need to find avenues of giving that are outside of what is actually work. And it's therefore the question, so where is that place? Do you have your place, or do you know where you want to go?
Well, with you saying that, my thinking was I actually do want to do more pro bono. I just feel, I don't know how one works it out, what percentage of my time will I offer towards helping those that can't afford it. So, but then Mark, you told me that there's actually, was it Adam Grant who was talking about what percentage and all that?
So Adam Grant in Give and Take gives a number where they say if one had to give 100 hours a year into giving, it's almost considered a very optimal amount of giving to do. So if you think about 100 hours is basically 2 hours a week, where your focus is purely just giving. Now, what I like about that is 100 hours is definitely doable for most of us, regardless of our busyness. And if you give 2 hours a week, it's the benefit that you're receiving as well as the impact that it has for society or your target audience of giving is often enough. So that was quite interesting. 2 hours a week is almost pretty much optimal.
So what I find quite interesting is, I don't know if I was listening to it in a podcast or if I read it somewhere, but there is this philosophy with or approach towards NGOs where your top organizations, their people, say NGO. And I just thought, sure, imagine all of us in our area of expertise contributed 1 hour a month. How powerful that would be in the world. So
yeah, and I think, so again, it's going back to expertise, but I think the important thing of giving is when giving is forced on one, and it's also giving in areas that doesn't actually enrich your soul, then although the giving is good, it's actually tiring giving. It's not going to be energy enriching for yourself. So in a strange way, giving requires a sense of selfishness as well, the powerful giving. It's a selfishness to be giving out of where your heart comes alive. And then the benefits to you as an individual are immense. In actual fact, it probably will be protecting you from burnout. There's some wonderful stories about people who actually add to their busy agenda, but giving is in the area that matters most. There's that well-known sort of thinking around Google, where Google give their own employees about 15-20% of their time to actually do things that they most want to do. And when we're in the place of what we most want to do, it's actually just so renewing, and it's playing in our spaces of love. So I think that's what's important when it comes to giving as well. Sometimes I give, but it's almost out of obligation. Yeah, somebody's asking for money, and you feel, well, I've got to do the right thing, and we do need some of that. But when you give, and it's like,
I have to do this.
I have to do this. You're giving.
I want to.
Yeah, or I get to.
I get to. Yeah, sure. But I love what you're saying, Mark, and I think a lot of you would agree that when it's coming from the place of this is an area I really would like to contribute, we'll have a lot more of a powerful impact in not only blessing others but also enriching our lives. So yeah, it's something to think about, and we'd love to hear from you. Write in the comments what you're thinking about of your way of, I want to call it TLC, or outreach to others in the new year.
Yeah, before we go, so I think mine is heading along the areas of actually more in nature. It's about trying to clean up our environment more, so that it's giving to our kids and our grandchildren into the future. So definitely going along those lines. And what I like about that type of giving for me is it really is, it's free from the pressures of having to perform. And if you think of it, even when I'm giving in my area of work, there's still a pressure to be good at what you do. What I love about cleaning the beach is I can do it. There's no failure possible, I don't think. It's just, I'm just doing something which is fairly simple, and yet it's restoring my soul.
Yeah, sounds good, Mark. I also it's like, what was it, last year or during COVID, where it was Adopt a River. Yeah. And how one would just go and walk along and pick up the rubbish there. So